Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So lately I've been getting a lot of requests, not requests, but people have been telling me like you should do a makeup collection and kind of show us everything that you have and whatnot. So I figured I would kind of do this in like sections. So like I would do like highlighters, blushes, powders, foundation, like that kind of stuff. I would kind of like dedicate a video to each of these sections. Let me know if you guys definitely want to see like my entire collection, because I could definitely do that. But for today's video, I'm focusing on my highlighters because I think out of everything, I probably have the most highlighters and maybe foundations, but I feel like I definitely have like a million highlighters. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So if you guys are interested to see my collection, then keep watching. Alright, so the first thing I want to share with you guys is this palette. This is the Anastasia and Nicole Guerriero highlighting palette. This came out like 2 years ago and I still have mine, and I kind of hold it near and dear to my heart because this was limited edition. I've heard rumors that it like might be coming back, but I don't think it is because it hasn't come back yet. But this is the Nicole Guerriero and Anastasia palette, and I love it. As you can see, I've like hit pan on this shade. I use these shades when I'm more tan, and I just really love this palette. Like, look at that. Like, this is such a good palette. I really wish they would make it permanent because I feel like it's so versatile. You can use it for definitely lighter skin tones and deeper shades, and deeper skin tones. And I really think this is a good palette. And I just like, I can't part with it until at least they bring it back. Then I can part with it, but until then I can't. So the next highlighter is the first highlighter, not this exact one, but not this exact highlighter, but like this highlighter itself is the first highlighter that I've ever purchased, and it is the Mary Luminizer by the BALM. Do you guys remember when this was like all the rage? Like everybody talked about this. I've probably gone through like 5 of these. This is like the one highlighter that like I keep going back to, and it's just such a classic, and it's such a good highlighter. It's right there. I am obsessed with this highlighter. I still am, but it's kind of, I've been like more self-tan these days, and this is kind of for when I'm more fair. I love this. Like I said, I've repurchased like 4 or 5 of them, and I think it's such a great highlighter. And it's like $25, I think. It's in like the $20 range-ish. And it's kind of expensive, but this does last me a really long time, and I am, like I said, in love with this. This is like one that I probably will never part ways with because of how much I love it. Like, I'll probably just keep repurchasing it because it's just such a staple, and it just kind of reminds me of like when I first got into makeup, and like when I first really got into highlighting. And yeah, like this one holds like a special place in my heart. I love this highlighter. Alright, so the next highlighter is a palette. I have like 3 palettes, I think, and this is one that I purchased last year during the holiday season. This is the Hourglass Ambient Absolute Strobe Light Highlighting Palette, and this is what it looks like. Now, if you guys want to look wet and glistening, this is it. Well, they don't make this like palette anymore, but they do have their ambient strobing powders, which are probably like the exact same thing. I think they have these shades individually. I'm not exactly sure though, but like these are just great. I usually like kind of just dip my brush, it's right here, like in all 3 of them, and just kind of go highlighting crazy all over my face. And I really do love this palette too. Like, I love all my highlighters. Like, I only, well, for the most part, that's a lie, I don't love all of them, but this one is a really good one. I don't use it a lot on camera because this was limited edition and they don't sell it anymore. I actually checked Sephora's website like the other day, and they don't have this palette anymore, so that's why I don't really use it on camera, but I use it off camera all the time, and I love it. So this next highlighter was like all the rage when it first came out. I remember like everybody was talking about it and whatnot, and I feel like everybody still kind of is talking about it, but not as much. This is the JOUER highlighter in the shade Citrine. Wow, I was like, what am I trying to say? I couldn't like figure it out. This is in the shade Citrine, and this is a blinding, like, look at that. Like, this is a blinding highlight. This one, it's very powdery, but it's also one that's very easy to blend. So if you do go in with like a heavy hand like me, I have a super heavy hand when it comes to highlight. If you do go in with a heavier hand, you are able to kind of buff it out a little bit easier because of how powdery it is. So I really do like this one. It's not like one of my like favorites, like I'm like, oh my god, I'm like ride or die for it, but it's a good highlight. Do I think it's like the best of the best? No, but I think it is good. So if you were interested in it, definitely check it out. You might really like this highlight. So the next one, believe it or not, is too blinding for me. Like, I cannot deal when I put this one on. Like, this is just like, wow. Like, it doesn't even make you, like, give you, like, that wet look. It just kind of gives you, like, your highlighted AF look. You know what I mean? This is the OFRA Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Pillow Talk. Now, everybody raves about these highlighters, and I mean, it is good. It's great, but let me just swatch it. Like, that is insane. Like, that's it right there on my hands, and it's a good highlight, but it's too intense. Like, I've used it, like, maybe once or twice, and I just kind of, like, tap my brush in it, and, like, I'll put it on my face, and even then I'm like, oh, that's, like, too much. And for me to say it's too much because I am, like, a highlighting queen, and I will just highlight my entire face if it was, like, socially acceptable. But this one is too intense. I like to use this one for my inner corner sometimes. Like, if I want, like, a pop of highlight there, I'll use that for this. But for the most part, it's very, very intense, and I'm not, like, well, I don't know, if you like that super, super intense, like, highlighted look, you'll love this. But for me, I'm like, like, it's not my cup of tea. So the next highlighting palette I have talked about more recently on my channel, and it is from the drugstore, and I think it's a really, really good highlighting palette. I'm actually kind of wearing it on my face today. This is the Flower Beauty, what is this? Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette, and as you can see, like, I have really beat this up. Like, I am pretty much almost on pan, or hitting pan on this one. This one I'm not, like, crazy about, because this does have, like, a very pinkish, like, hue to it, and I'm not into, like, super pink highlights. I really kind of like this first shade, and then this last shade is definitely, like, my favorite highlight in this entire collection, this entire palette. This is, like, I think $16, and you get 3 of them, and it's really not bad. They are extremely blinding, so you have to be careful. Definitely go in with a lighter hand with this, with, like, these shades, but I do really enjoy this, and I definitely always reach for this. I actually forgot I had it, and then the other day I was, like, looking through my drawer, and I was like, where have you been? I forgot I had you, and I like you, so let me take you back out. And yeah, I've been using it ever since, and I think this is a really, really good palette. The next one I have talked about recently on my channel, kind of. This is a very, I think this is the most expensive one that I have besides the Hourglass palette, and it's only one highlight. This is from Dior, and this is their Dior Nude Air Luminizer in the shade 001. This is what it looks like. It is one of those, like, holographic ones. That's it right there. And when I first got home, let me do a better swatch because that was horrible. It's right here on my hand, if you can see. I don't know if you, yeah, it's right there. And when I first got it, I was like, damn, I got the wrong one, because I did actually order the wrong one. I didn't realize I was ordering, like, the holographic one. I thought I was ordering, like, the regular one. But when I got it, I was like, you know, like, let me try it anyway. And I do really, really like this. I like it when I'm more fair, though, because, like, since I have been self-tanning and whatnot, I don't really like it that much on, like, deeper, like, when I'm, like, more deep, you know. When I'm more fair, I really, really like it. This is a good highlighter, but it's $56. It's super expensive. I got mine from Bloomingdale's, and the only reason why I purchased it was because I had, like, a $25, like, credit or something to Bloomingdale's, and I was like, now I'll buy it. But other than that, I think it is a good highlighter. It is, I don't know if it's worth $56. If it was, like, $30, I would say, like, you need this, but for $56, I'm like, whatever, but I do love it. Like, I can't even lie to you and say I don't love it, because I do love it. Like, I just watched it again right there. Like, it's just, this gives you that wet look, that wet, holographic type of look, but it's not too holographic where you're like, you look like an alien. You know what I mean? Like, it's more like good holographic where you're like, all right, like, I can deal with this. You know what I mean? I like this. I don't like it on my fair skin. I mean, on my deep skin. I like it when I'm more fair. So these next two are from the same brand, and they are, like, drugstore highlighters. And if you're on a budget and you like to glow, I got you. I'm sure you've heard about these. Like, I'm not the first one to ever speak about them, but these are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Blossom Glow. This is in the shade Golden Flower Crown. And oh my god, these are like $4.99 from, like, CVS, Walgreens, Ulta, wherever. I know I said I don't like pinky highlights, but this is, like, the one pinky highlight that I, like, love. And it's right, where is it? It's right there. Do you see that? That is insane. Let me swatch Golden Flower Crown for you. This is Golden Flower Crown, and I think Golden Flower Crown is my fave. Look at it. It's so beautiful. Like, it's a gold highlight, but it's not, like, too gold where if you're too fair, you can't wear it. They do have deeper shades, I believe. I think they have, like, one other shade or two other shades. I don't actually know the entire collection. But this is These are good. For $4.99, these are great. I remember when they first came out, you couldn't find them anywhere. Like, I would go to Walgreens, Walmart, Target, CVS, anywhere. I was like, even like Rite Aid and stuff, and they didn't have it. And I was like, oh my god, like they were literally like sold out everywhere. And now I guess like since the hype has died down, because like these have been out for like 2 years, I think, or 2.5 years, you can get these anywhere, and these are totally worth your money. So this next highlighter, I don't know why I ever thought like this would be a good shade for me. This is another pinky shade. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in the shade Molted Rose Gold. This is what it looks like. Now, the consistency of this is beautiful. Like, I've never felt a highlighter that feels like this. It just feels like soft and just like angelic. Like, I don't really know how to describe how it feels, but it just feels so soft. That's it right there, and that's it swatched on my hand. Where is it? It's right. Let me do a better swatch. I'm like sucking right now. There we go. That's it swatched on my hand. As you can see, it is pink AF, and it is way too deep for me. Like, if you were lighter than, not lighter, if you were darker than me, this would definitely be a beautiful shade on you, but this is too pink for me. They do have other shades. I just haven't committed to buying them. I don't know why, but this is very pigmented, and I just literally love the consistency of it. Like, I swatched it twice for you so you can see. It's a beautiful shade. Like, it would be a nice eyeshadow, but not a good highlighter. It's way, like, way too pink for me. Like, I can't. So the next one is another palette. This is the Smashbox and Casey Holmes one. This is in the shade Pearl. This is what it looks like. I have really used and abused this. I adore this palette. I think it's so good, and it's blinding, but it's not like too blinding where it's gonna be like, oh damn girl, like you have highlight on, you know what I mean? I just swatched all 3 shades right here. I don't know if you can tell. I'm really bad at swatching, so like don't judge me, but this on the face, it just looks beautiful. It just kind of looks like you're glowing from within. I really do enjoy this palette, and I don't know why I don't use it more often. I just have so many that I like forget like what I have. And when I was pulling out all my highlighters like for this video, I was like, wow, I have a lot. Like, I have more than I thought. But yeah, I think she has, well, she has the pearl one, then she has a gold one. So this is, the pearl one is for like the more lighter skin tones, and then the gold one is for deeper skin tones, which I love that she did that, because sometimes when you have a palette, it's either it caters to lighter skin tones or it caters to darker skin tones, and there's really like no in between. It's kind of annoying if like you get a palette and like half of it's like light and half of it's deep. So this way it gives you the choice like to buy like, alright, I want like the lighter shade for my skin tone, or I want the deeper one because I'm a deeper skin tone. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think it's cool that they actually did 2 palettes, like 2 individual palettes. You don't have to buy like this huge palette and have like 6 different shades, and you can only use like 2 or 3 of them. You know what I mean? I like that they did that. I think that's a great concept. I only have 2 left, and this one is more of like a recent purchase for me, like in the past like 2 months, and I'm still kind of like on the fence with it. I'm like, do I love it? Do I not? This is the NATASHA DENONA Super Glow highlighter in the shade 02 Light Medium, and this is what it looks like. I really dug my brush into this highlighter, and this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful shade. Like, I just swatched it right there, and it's super pretty, but sometimes when I put it on, like, it looks great, and then other times I'm like, it doesn't look good. Like, it kind of just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin, and I haven't been able to really figure out why it does that. Like, I do the same thing with all my highlights, and sometimes, like I said, this one comes out great, or it comes out like crap, and I'm like, why? Like, why do you look so bad? So I'm like on the fence with it. It's $38, so it is pretty pricey. I don't think I would repurchase it, like, when I run out. Like, it's not something that I'd be like, oh my god, like, I need to repurchase. Like, my Mary Lou Luminizer, like, that one, I, like, once I run out, I'm like, I'm online or I'm in Kohl's and I'm buying it because I need it. It's, like, my favorite. This one, I'm like, it's good, but if it was cheaper, if it was, like, $20, I might repurchase it. But for $38, I'm like, don't think I'm going to repurchase it. But it is a good highlight. Sometimes. Am I making sense? I don't know if I am, but yeah. Alright, so this last highlight, I saved the best for last. This highlight has definitely stolen like the highlighting show this year. Like, this is like the main guy, and I discovered it like in June, so like halfway through the year. This is the Morphe High Impact Highlighter in the shade Extra. Now, I saw this in Ulta and I was like, oh my god, let me swatch it. And I swatched it, and the swatch was horrible, and I was like, why are people like talking about this? Like, it's kind of crappy. Like, I don't like how their highlighters feel. Like, whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Anyway, if I don't like it, I can return it. It's not that big of a deal. When I put this on, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god. This is probably, besides my Mary Luminizer, this is my favorite highlighter of all time. I love it. You can see I love it. Like, I'm literally like hitting pan on it. I use this every single day, and I try not to because I'm like, I have so many, like, let me use my other ones, but I just can't help when what my hand reaches for. It just reaches for this highlight, and I'm like, ugh, okay, whatever, no big deal. I love this highlight, and it's only $15. I know it's more pricier than the like Wet n Wild ones, but it's also cheaper than like the NATASHA DENONA one or even the Mary Luminizer. It's definitely a lot cheaper, and this gives you like that wet look without like looking overly highlighted. You know what I mean? It's just such a good color. Like, I love it. And like, I use it when I'm fair, and I also use it when I'm tan. So it's like the perfect undertone for both. So if you're like my skin tone, or maybe a little bit lighter, or maybe even a little bit deeper, this will definitely look good on you in my opinion, because like I said, I wear it when I'm like lighter, I wear it when I have a tan and whatever, and I love it. It's such a good highlight. I remember, I'll never forget the day I tried it. I was like, what? Why didn't this swatch good? Like, I'll swatch it for you so you can see. On my finger it looks good, but then like when I put it on my hand, it kind of just like fades. Like, it's, you can't even really like tell that I swatched it, but on the face, it's beautiful. It's, oh, I almost just dropped it. So sorry. Alright, you guys, so that is the end of this video. That is my entire highlighting collection. Like, those are all of my highlights. Like, I feel like I thought I had more. Yeah, I know I have a lot, but I thought I had a lot more, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I don't have as much as I thought I did. If that makes sense, even though I do still have a lot. Whatever, but I thought this video would be like 100 years long, and it's not. That's a good thing. So yeah, so that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you have ever tried any of these highlighters, or if you're in the market for them and whatnot. Let me know your thoughts, and definitely let me know what your favorite highlighter is. I'm always buying highlights. It's like my thing. Like, I love highlights. So leave me your suggestions down below. I love when you guys tell me like what you guys like. And yeah, so that's all I have for you guys in this video. Oh, and let me know if you guys want to see like a collection. Like, maybe once a week I'll do like my makeup collection, like, oh, foundations, primers, concealer, powders. Let me know what you guys want to see, if that's something you guys would be interested in, whatnot. So yeah, so that's all I have for you guys in this video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did like it, and subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. And yeah, hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.